Hello and welcome to another video, and today we are going to talk about Zack Snyder cut Justice League in 2021. So cast in this movie is almost kind of similar actor and actors from other DC movies as well. Obviously, the main ones are like Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot. Now we're getting Ray Fisher that's going to play Cyborg. Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller playing the Flash. And then we have Sararin Hindens playing Stuffing Wolf, and Ray Palmer as Darkseid. So pretty cool. There's also other casts in this movie as well, but we've seen these actor and actress from other movies in like Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, and stuff. And same thing with the Aquaman movie and Wonder Woman movie and stuff. So all of that is combining together. It's kind of like similar as the Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, where they're just combining all of them together in one big giant movie and stuff, and that's just basically what this is. I know there was also the original Justice League movie came out in 2017, so now this is the Zack Snyder cut. So that's why you see more members in this movie than the original. We started with the movie where it kind of gets a little end of where in Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice, where Superman was killed by Doomsday. And that's kind of like where it started, where enough of Superman is dead in this movie, but we're still gonna get Henry Cavill's Superman. We are now seeing the mother box, and the first time we're seeing them is at the Amazon Warriors with the ones grew up with Wonder Woman. Stepping Wolf came through of a portal and took the mother box. Batman is meeting Aquaman the first time. I thought this was a really cool scene as well, where Wonder Woman is saving innocent people, especially kids. And the coolest shot was basically where she like blocking bullets from her wristbands, and he was like the bad guy is like firing like bullets like in a quick second and stuff, and she has her super speed as well, where she just like kind of like block every bullet every minute just to save innocent people, and I just think it was a pretty cool scene. The Queen of Amazon, that's Wonder Woman's mother, and she fired an arrow to America, giving a message. And unfortunately, Wonder Woman is the only one understand the arrow. And then, fortunately, Diana went down to like some underground area, and then finding out of Darkseid is coming to Earth. There was a very cool story where Darkseid is getting the mother box, and fortunately enough, there was a huge fight where there was a human of men, and then the Amazon woman, and the Atlantis people. That's like Aquaman people. All together fighting and stuff. And the Amazon people, they had like their like Greek gods and stuff. Like they literally have like Zeus on their side in a way. So I just thought that was like really cool. Versing Darkseid and his people and stuff. So we just had like this big giant like battle fight, and it was pretty cool and stuff. And then fortunately, having Zeus versus Darkseid was pretty cool and stuff. Like I just thinking Zeus is a really cool character and generally, and even Ares was in the scene as well. So it was kind of cool to seeing like the father and son duel, fighting Darkseid, and I don't know why. I just love the scene, and I like Zeus, scene where he's fighting Darkseid and he's using his electric, power off of him and stuff. I don't know why. And unfortunately for the mother box, they all always like hidden in each other of it. One for Amazon woman, at their area. That's where, Stepping Wolf actually took, the mother box in the first place, and stuff. The Atlantis like sent in what area to them and stuff, and then for the men's as like humans in a way, like you could say them like as Vikings and stuff. Actually buried theirs and stuff, and then somehow in other times frames of like where knights and other people and stuff found the mother box and stuff. Now like modern day, went to somewhere else. We have a really cool scene where Barry is saving Iris, getting in a car crash, and showing his, speed in slow motion. I think that was a pretty cool scene. We've seen a little glimpse of a past where, Cyborg, shows up at, playing football, and fortunately his dad doesn't show up to his football games because he's more into his work. Barry went to see his dad at prison. Barry is meeting Bruce Wayne the first time. Bruce threw his bat symbol, at the Flash, and then Barry basically like slow motion caught it, with a back signal, just showing enough of he's the Batman. And then even Barry even asks Bruce about what's his superpowers.
I'm rich.
Diana went and talked to Victor Stone, that is, Cyborg. We have a really funny scene where Barry meets Diana the first time.
Barry, I'm Diana. That's not right.
And Stepping Wolf went to Atlantis to take the other mother box, and fortunately taking down, the Atlantis people. Batman, Wonder Woman, and the Flash shows up for a detective, Gordon, and even Victor showed up. And then after, Gordon was kind of looking away, the rest kind of dipped off in a way and stuff, and then the only person was there was just the Flash. The Justice League is trying to bring Superman back from the dead. There was a vision to Cyborg scene of Wonder Woman and Aquaman, getting killed from Darkseid. Superman killed Lois Lane and is working with Darkseid. The Flash was running, really quick to help Superman coming back, and he used his speed to like control time, I guess, and it went like backwards. Superman is back, but fortunately enough, Superman has to fight the Justice League. And there was a funny scene where the Flash is running behind, Superman, and then they had that slow motion scene, and it shows of when Superman can actually see the Flash, like having, running around with him and stuff, because he also can did do the speed as well and stuff. But fortunately enough, the Flash is, much faster than Superman, because the Flash is fastest man alive. Superman wants to kill Batman, and then somehow Lois Lane kind of calms Superman down. Victor dad sacrificed himself to the mother box, and then fortunately Stepping Wolf actually took the last mother box. Superman gets a new suit, and he's rocking with the black and silver suit. The Justice League all team up to take down, Stepping Wolf's bugs. We had Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Aquaman versus Stepping Wolf. And Cyborg was working on the mother box, but it was kind of like too late. So Stepping Wolf was about to like kill Cyborg, but somehow enough of Superman came like at the right time to stop Steppenwolf. And the Justice League kind of worked together to take down Steppenwolf and basically killed him. The Flash got back up and started running again to change the speed time. And then fortunately Darkseid was coming through and stuff, but Barry was changing the speed time. And then you have like the all of the Justice League members as like standing right next to of the portal where they see Darkseid. Then you see a huge scene where the Justice League all together as teams looking badass. Lex is on a yacht and talking to Deathstroke and actually knows of the identity of Batman. Now we're in the future where Batman is working together with Cyborg, the Flash, Murrah, Deathstroke, and the Joker, and somehow the Joker and Batman is talking, pretty crazy. Darkseid and Superman come to kill, Batman and the others, but fortunately enough, it was just Bruce's dream. And then somehow Martian Manhunter shows up at Bruce's house, just let him know enough of if you want another member of your squad, I'll be down. And that was pretty much it. There was also a deleted scene where enough of Zack Snyder wants to show a John Stewart Green Lantern, but fortunately they like somehow somebody said like we don't need that, so they basically like cut it off and stuff. I enjoy this movie. Unfortunately enough, not the best, but fortunately enough, I enjoyed it enough. I think it's kind of cool enough they did this like kind of similar as the MCU did with like the Avengers, where they just kind of like put all the actors and actresses together in one big giant movie. And I think it really fits very well with the other movies like Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, all of that typical stuff. And stuff. And it totally worked. I understand it was a 4 hour movie and stuff. But there was a lot of big giant parts. I thinking the editing was okay in the first place. There was more scenes from the Zack Snyder one, from the original one, and stuff. I don't know. I just like the CGI in this one than the original one. I think in Stumping Wolf looks super weird in the original one, and he just looks much better looking. He looks more tough. He looks more clean in a way of the CGI. It just looks way much better than the original and stuff. So I also like that as well. But we also have Darkseid. We didn't have Darkseid in the original one, so just like it just made it much better in a way where enough of this is like the first time we're seeing Darkseid in like a live action movie. So and it's pretty cool. And we fortunately we wanted to adapt more in the Darkseid story as well, but fortunately we're not gonna get that. That's unfortunate and stuff. But fortunately enough, I just enjoy the movie. The crazy thing is, the only thing why I said enough of we're not adapting more to the dark side and stuff, because this is kind of like supposed to be part one, and there could be like a part two coming in the future, because of Zack Snyder like vision in his mind and stuff. Because it is crazy to think about enough of he's the one made Man of Steel, Superman versus Batman, Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, and then even this movie and stuff. So it's kind of crazy just to kind of work together, and it's crazy enough of they put together with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and even Cyborg as well. So it's just kind of crazy to put them all together and stuff. I don't know how you do that in a way. It's just crazy just to think about it. And then, um, but another thing I was saying about, it's not gonna work anymore because fortunately enough, they also canceled all the Zack Snyder movies and generally because there was a plan enough of there was gonna be Man of Steel, like number 2 with Henry Cavill, and that's gonna be gone forever and stuff. But and then there was gonna be more tours of this movie where Zack Snyder was gonna get, but unfortunately that also got canceled as well. So we're not gonna see more of this. This is it. Like this is done. We're not gonna get more than this. We're gonna still gonna get more DC movies, but it's just this. This is done. You know. It's crazy enough of now all of these actors are not gonna play these characters anymore and stuff. Like it's just a bummer. It's just like it's kind of sad in a way where enough of like we're not gonna see these characters anymore. Um, and stuff because that's a bummer because like there's even like other like characters also like probably could connect together in these typical characters in these movies and stuff because you got like Shazam and fortunately for Wonder Woman be part of like Shazam even with Shazam 2 and stuff like it's just like something like could absolutely connect with but that was just probably like a teaser in a way. I don't understand why enough of it's gonna be like this is gone forever. We're not gonna get this anymore. It's crazy enough of Henry Cavill is not gonna be Superman anymore because we're gonna get a new Superman movie coming out soon later. And it's just crazy enough to think about he was in a post credit scene in a Black Adam movie and stuff, and I hear fan base didn't like that in a way, so they just said like cut him off in a way. Fortunately for Ben Affleck, I think he was a really good job being Batman himself. I think he was just getting too old for the age of playing like a very old Bruce Wayne in a way and stuff. There was also a idea where Ben Affleck was going to make his own Batman movie directed by him in a way, and I would like to see that, but fortunately we're not gonna see it because they didn't let him and stuff. So fortunately that's why we're having Robert Pattinson as Batman and stuff. So that's that. We're not gonna see the same woman to play Wonder Woman and stuff, not anymore. I understand about Wonder Woman 84, but that's another story and stuff. And then I don't know what happened to the guy who plays Cyborg, It's just like I don't know what happened and stuff. And then Ezra Miller as the Flash, and fortunately enough, to think about that and stuff, later on they did made a Flash movie, but fortunately enough, that's like the last time he's gonna play the character of the Flash because he did something bad. Like I don't know if he did something to his loved one or he got charged by hitting a minor or something. Like I have no idea, but he was kind of doing something he shouldn't do and stuff. So that basically like kind of killed the whole Justice League cast members, like just out to it and stuff, right to literally the dumpster. Like we're never again. Like it's just so bummed because I would like to see more, of this, but fortunately we're not. So it's just kind of crazy about it. Of that. If you were wondering enough of why I was taking so long to do these typical videos and stuff, same thing with Aquaman and this one and stuff. I took a lot of break of it because a couple weeks ago I was sick and I was just not feeling it. Some days I'm just like totally lazy and stuff and I just don't want to do it. So I'm trying to get an opportunity to do these videos, to get them out and stuff. There are more things to do, more lists to it. I am done talking about the Justice League and even the DC movies. I might talk about the Flash movie in the future, but fortunately enough, it's not on my list right now, so I'm just going as my list right now and stuff. I will not talk about what is coming next because I am gonna, tell you as a secret, so you just gotta find out till the time I post it in a way, so you just gotta just like, stay tuned and stuff, and we'll see enough, but just get hyped for what's coming next. So that's just that, and stuff. But fortunately, I'm going in a different route right now and stuff, so you're not gonna expect anything from it by thinking about it. So it's kind of like surprise for you guys, like like ooh, like what's coming up. So that's that. So yeah, so I'm just trying to basically get things done and stuff in a way. So I'm just trying. I need to get back in my rotation to do these typical things and stuff, and I would like to do that. So I'm trying to take my time, whatever I need to do and stuff. But hopefully enough. Hopefully you guys enjoy these videos and stuff because I'm trying to do my best to get them out for you guys to watch and stuff. Hopefully you like this video. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more content like this. Have a nice day and thank you for watching.